Welcome to ComfortTV.channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. I am Faith Kevin. Thank you for joining us this morning. In the headlines, President Tinubu returns to Abuja ahead of schedule. INEC reports over 4.4 million online voter pre-registrations. Lagos Police Command gets new PRO. Catholic bishop condemn abuse of IVF treatment, asks federal government to regulate fertility clinic. Hilda Baci awarded Guinness World Record for largest pot of jollof rice. Nigeria ready for new investments, says VP Shettima. Vice President Shettima has said Nigeria is ready for new investments. On business news, the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) reports fifth consecutive decline in Nigeria's inflation rate. On the foreign scene, FBI director says DNA links suspects to Charlie Kirk's shooting. In on sports, UEFA Champions League returns. In the news, President Bola Tinubu decided to cut short his 2-week work vacation. He returned yesterday. This was disclosed via a statement issued by his spokesman, Bayo Onanuga. Mr. Onanuga said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has concluded his work vacation ahead of schedule and has returned to Abuja Tuesday, September 16, 2025 to resume official duties. President Tinubu held a private luncheon with his French counterpart, President Emmanuel Macron, at the Elysee Palace. Both leaders reviewed key areas of cooperation between Nigeria and France and agreed to deepen the partnership for mutual prosperity and global stability. Recall that on September 4, the presidency, in a statement announcing the president's vacation, said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu departs Abuja to commence a working vacation in Europe as part of his 2025 annual leave. The vacation, which was expected to last 10 working days, was cut short and the president resumed duty in the country. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has announced that over 4.4 million Nigerians have pre-registered online in the ongoing nationwide voter registration exercise. According to the latest update released by the Commission on Monday, a total of 4,445,505 Nigerians completed their online pre-registration as of Sunday, September 14, 2025, just 4 weeks after the exercise commenced on August 18. National Commissioner and Chairman of its Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, who signed the statement, reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to ensuring seamless and inclusive voter registration ahead of the 2027 general elections. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, has appointed SP Abimbola Adebisi as the new Police Public Relations Officer (PPRO) of the Lagos State Command. A statement released says SP Adebisi brings to her new role a wealth of academic, professional, and operational experience. She holds a BA Ed in English Language and Literature from Tai Solarin University of Education, Ogun State, a postgraduate diploma in Peace Studies and Conflict Resolution, and a Master of Arts MA in English Language from the National Open University of Nigeria. Her professional development include a certificate in child protection from the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Accra, Ghana, alongside certifications in human rights, human psychology, and conflict management. She has equally attended the Advanced Detective course at the Police Staff College, Jos. Catholic bishops in Nigeria have frowned at the abuse of in vitro fertilization (IVF) treatment among couples, urging the federal government to regulate fertility clinics in the country. The Catholic bishop made the call at the opening session of the second 2025 plenary of Bishops' Conference at the Catholic Diocese of Ikotekpene in Obotakara, Akwa Ibom State. In his address, the president of Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria (CBCN), Archbishop Lucius Iwejuru Ugoji, highlighted 4 areas of concern to the church which should be addressed. He listed the areas to include erosion of education in the country, abuse of in vitro fertilization (IVF) treatment among couples, oil exploration and exploitation in the Niger Delta, as well as environmental degradation in the area. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation (SGF) George Akume, in his remarks, acknowledged the role of faith leaders in molding character and development of the society. He called on them to continue preaching messages of peace and actively discouraged extremism, hatred, and divisive tendencies among members. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, commended the Catholic Church for complementing the efforts of government, especially in areas of education and health. Guinness World Records officially recognizes Nigerian celebrity chef Hilda Baci for preparing the largest serving of Nigerian-style jollof rice. The achievement came after a grand culinary spectacle held on September 12, 2025 at the Echo Hotels and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. The event, tagged the Guinness World Jollof Festival with Hilda Baci, drew thousands of attendees and generated massive social media buzz. Hilda Baci, who first rose to the international prominence in 2023 when she set the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon, has now reinforced her reputation as one of Nigeria's most celebrated chefs. Vice President Kashim Shettima has told payment giant Visa that Nigeria is open for business as President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms begin to show positive results. Shettima made the comment while meeting a Visa delegation led by Tariq Mahmood, the company's regional president for Central and Eastern Europe, the Middle East and Africa at the presidential villa Abuja. The vice president acknowledged the reforms introduced since 2023 have been difficult for many Nigerians, but said they were essential and are now starting to work. Shettima praised Visa's growing interest in Nigeria's economy, particularly its partnership with local fintech companies. He encouraged the payment firm to focus on Nigeria's large population of people without bank accounts as it expands across Africa. ComfortTV.channel's news returns shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Stay tuned. Many thanks for staying tuned. This is Comfort TV, the channel news on business. Nigeria's headline inflation slowed for the fifth consecutive month in August 2025, providing some respite for consumers grappling with high living costs. Data released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Monday showed that inflation dropped to 20.12%, down from 21.88% in July. The figure represents a 1.76 percentage point decline on a month-on-month basis and a sharp fall from the 32.15% recorded in August 2024. The Consumer Price Index, which tracks the average changes in price of goods and services, inched up to 126.8 points in August from 125.9 points in July. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the final forfeiture of $7 million recovered from the vault of Providence Bank Limited to the federal government. The ruling by Justice Emeka Nwite followed an application by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The EFCC said the funds were suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activity. Rotimi Oyedepo, counsel to the EFCC, said the commission complied with all requirements after the interim forfeiture order granted on August 27. The anti-graft agency also published the order inviting interested parties to show cause why the funds should not be permanently forfeited. On the foreign scene, DNA on a towel wrapped around the suspected gun used to kill Charlie Kirk has been matched to the suspect in custody, FBI Director Kash Patel said on Monday. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested over the death of the right-wing influencer at an event at Utah Valley University on Wednesday. A bolt-action rifle was recovered near the shooting, and a screwdriver was found on the roof from where the fatal shot was fired. Patel reports that the DNA hits from the towels that was wrapped around the firearm and the DNA on the screwdriver are positively processed for the suspect in custody. The FBI director also referenced the note that was discovered at the suspect's home, which vowed to take out Kirk. A formal charge is expected this week. A motive is yet to be determined. Still on the foreign scene, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has urged international sporting bodies to ban Israel from competitions, saying its treatment should mirror Russia's exclusion after the invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Speaking to his Socialist Party on Monday, Sanchez said Israel's participation in global events was incompatible with its assault on Gaza. His remarks came a day after pro-Palestinian activists disrupted the closing stage of the Vuelta a España cycling race in Madrid, throwing barriers onto the course in protest at the participation of the Israeli team Israel Premier Tech. Police clashed with demonstrators near the finish line, leaving 22 people injured and arresting 2. On sports news, the UEFA Champions League has returned Tuesday, September 16, with the league faced promising drama, history and high stakes from the very first whistle. 3 openers carried the weight of final goals by Juventus vs Borussia Dortmund revisits 1997, Ajax vs Inter brings echoes of 1972, while Bayern Munich vs Chelsea stirs memories of that unforgettable 2012 showdown in Munich. Real Madrid chase a historic 200th Champions League victory while Erling Haaland tries to close in on his 50th goal. Kevin De Bruyne returns to Manchester, but this time in Napoli colours. Still on sports, Chelsea have been handed another new VAR verdict after being denied a win at Brentford in the closing moments, courtesy of a controversial Fabio Carvalho equaliser. The Blues went behind at the UTEC Community Stadium when Kevin Shade fired past Robert Sanchez in the first half. Cole Palmer equalized just 5 minutes after coming off the bench during the second period, with Moises Caicedo then putting the visitors in front late on. A victory would have seen Chelsea go top of the Premier League, but late substitute Carvalho had other ideas as he slotted home at the back post following a long throw-in. At the time, little was said about the goal potentially being disallowed, but that has ramped up in the aftermath as further replays showed Dango Autara, who appeared to be in an offside position, making an attempt for the ball after Christopher Ajer's flick on. The incident was discussed across news channels. Being in an offsided position, they say, isn't an offence in itself. PGMOL chief Keith Hackett has now provided his verdict on the incident. While he did not provide a clear answer, he has admitted that VAR perhaps should have done more. Also in sports, Julian Alvarez will miss Atletico Madrid's Champions League showdown with Liverpool due to injury. The La Liga side take on the Reds at Anfield on Wednesday, right in the first round of the league phase of Europe's elite club competition. However, Diego Simeone's side will be without Alvarez after Atletico confirmed he was not part of their traveling squad for the game. The forward was Atletico's player of the season last year after finishing the campaign as their top scorer with 29 goals in 57 games. But a knee injury picked up during the win over Villarreal at the weekend, which will keep him out of the game at Anfield. Asked for an update on Alvarez's following Saturday's game, Simeone said, "Until he wakes up and gets through the first few hours after the discomfort, nothing can be said." Atletico have also confirmed that Maria Jimenez, Johnny Cardoso, Thiago Almada and Alex Bena are also all unavailable, although David Hankos is in the squad. And that's our news package for you this morning. But before we go, here are top stories. President Tinubu returns to Abuja ahead of schedule. INEC reports over 4.4 million online voter pre-registrations. Lagos Police Command gets new PRO. Catholic bishop condemns abuse of IVF treatment, asks the federal government to regulate fertility clinics. Hilda Baci awarded Guinness World Record for largest pot of jollof rice. In the business world, National Bureau of Statistics reports 5th consecutive decline in Nigeria's inflation rate. And on foreign scene, FBI director says DNA links suspect to Charlie Kirk shooting. On sports, UEFA Champions League returns. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. I am Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed.